live. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ask Anything Parking. I'm Andrea, founder of Plentyi. Today's question, question in a comment, right? We have parking apps, we have AI, we have QR codes, we have smart garages. So, why is parking still one of the biggest frustrations for drivers? The answer is the answer might surprise you. The problem isn't the app, it's what's happening after people arrive. Um, Parking technology has come a long way over the last several years. Believe it or not, we might not see it all the time in New York in all garages, but it actually has come a long way. Today we have parking apps, online reservations, QR codes, license plate recognitions, AI, smart garages, and even predictive analytics. But here's the truth: technology doesn't eliminate uh, every parking um, problem. It makes the parking experience better, right? So today I want to talk about parking technology. What not parking technology itself, but what can parking technology can do and what it can't do. How garages are using technology behind the scenes, and where I believe the future of parking is headed. So let's get into it. So let's start with drivers because this is the part most of us experience every day. So think about how parking has changed over the last few years. Instead of driving around hopping, hoping to find parking space, you can often reserve one before you even leave home, right? Some people who are aware of online parking, online reservations or parking reservations with apps. You can also compare prices between garages, get directions to your destination, pay with your phone, and even extend your parking session without walking back to your car. So, if you're going to a concert or a sporting event or catching a flight, you can often reserve parking days or even weeks in advance. And that's a huge improvement over the way things used to be. So technology has made parking more convenient. It saves time, it reduces stress, and it helps drivers make better decisions before they even start driving. But here's something important to remember: just because you reserve parking doesn't mean every challenge disappears. If traffic is backed up, if there's construction, if everyone arrives at the same event at the same time, technology cannot remove those challenges. And sometimes, depending on what you're utilizing, um, the app, like you might be arriving at the location and they don't even have space, but you reserve your space ahead of time, right? So, um, so listen, and then also so what it does, it doesn't remove those challenges, but it simply helps prepare for them. And that's the important distinction. So now let's talk about something most drivers never see. That is parking technology isn't just changing the experience for drivers. It's also changing how parking garages are operating behind the scenes. So think about the last time you parked, right? Drivers. Maybe you didn't receive a paper ticket. Maybe you scanned a QR code to enter. Maybe the gate recognized your license plate automatically, or maybe you paid with your phone instead of cash. Those are all examples of parking technology at work. Behind the scenes, garages are using technology to make parking faster, more efficient, and easier to manage. So some systems, can tell garage operators like how many spaces are available in real time. Others help them manage online reservations, uh, reduce long lines at the entrance, speed up entry and exits, and better understand how customers are using their facilities. Most drivers never see that part, but it happens every day. It's actually happening every day. So like right now when I go park at iPark, shout out to iPark. When I park at iPark, um, they actually have the QR code, right? So we actually are partnering with iPark for event parking. So, for example, people will use the QR code instead of actually taking a ticket, right? They would just scan the QR code, and then when they come back, they scan a QR code, scan in to check in, and then scan a QR code to check out. So that's something that's happening, and that's a good thing, right? When garages operate more efficiently, drivers usually have a better experience too. But here's what's important to understand. Even with all this technology, it still can create more parking. It still can't create more parking spaces. It can't eliminate the traffic. It can't stop hundreds of people arriving at the concert at the same time, and it can't replace good customer service or good operational planning. Technology is an incredible tool. I mean, I love technology. My background is in technology, but it's only one part of delivering a great parking experience. So, like, even with all the advances, right, or the advancements, I would say, technology still has limits. It cannot create parking spaces when none exist. It can't remove heavy traffic, prevent road closures, stop thousands from arriving at the same event at the same time, fix poor customer service, train employees, and solve poor communication. A lot of times, some garages, like, people just need to be able to get in contact with the garages, and that's hard. Like, some garages don't pick up the phone, and some do. And that could be a lack of communication for a person who's coming from a different location, um, and they just want to get an idea of how the pricing is, where they're located at, and they just want to get somebody on the phone and they can't. Yeah. So, all right. So, like I said, it doesn't solve poor communication or replace good operational planning. Technology is only as good as the people and the processes behind it. So, let me give you a real world example. Imagine you're going to a sold out concert, right? I mean, we always got concerts in New York. We always have something is always going on in New York. So imagine you're going to a sold out concert, you reserve parking online, the app is working perfectly, you receive confirmation, you have your QR code ready, everything looks great, right? But when you arrive, traffic is backed up, right, for several blocks. Actually, I seen that this morning. Like, I was actually I when I was in the city this morning, um, it was a garage, and it wasn't blocked up, it wasn't blocked for blocks, it wasn't backed up for several blocks, but it was backed up for one block, and the truck that was behind all of the cars that were going into the garage, well, the driver of the truck, or the truck driver, got out of his car, and he was literally cursing people out because he couldn't get into the garage. I mean, like, he was going ballistic, saying, "You holding up the block? Let's get it going. We got places to go." Right. And the garage only has one entrance. And then on the top of that, they might only have one, and you have all these people arriving at the same time, and they have one entrance, and then on top of it, they might not have a lot of people to conduct the valet parking, right? So they may have two valet parking attendants. They're trying to figure out where can they park the vehicles. They're moving vehicles out, moving vehicles in, and it just causes a lot of issues, right? So, um, and so that's something like, so the technology. So I kind of went off cue. I was giving an example. So I was somewhere else. But what I would say the scenario was that the garage only has one entrance. I kind of went off key there. and hundreds of people are arriving at the same time. Some drivers never they need assistance. Some are scanning the QR codes, and some don't know where to enter. The technology didn't fail. The reservations work exactly as it should. The challenge was managing the flow of vehicles, and I kind of went into an example, right? Well, not an example, but actually something I seen myself this morning, but it had nothing to do with a sold out event. It was just people it was like in the morning time when people was trying to get to work and people had things to do. And you seen that New York side come out, which was not fun, which was not nice, I would say. So, so that is an operational challenge, right? The scenario and what I seen this morning. And that is why parking isn't just about software, it's about people, planning, communication, and technology all working together. So, um, yeah, I hope I didn't mess you up there. I kind of went off key, and yeah, I hope it comes off pretty. Oh well, okay. Anyway, so where is parking technology going? Right, I love technology. I adore technology, and to see where it's going is amazing. It really is, and I can't wait to see that. I can't wait. Um, to see these smart cities come out of tech, park and be a part of smart cities because it's actually here somewhat, but you know, it's going to increase, right? So I think so at least. So, um, like I said, I think we're only getting started. Hey, um, yeah. Over the next several years, we'll continue to see artificial intelligence, smarter garages, better mobile apps, and more connected parking systems. We'll see AI helping predict parking demand, license plate recognitions replacing paper tickets. And that's actually happening now. Like, it might not in New York, we have a mixture, right? In New York, we have some car garages are very tech like advanced with technology, and some that are not, and it could be the cost and the value of it if they see that there actually is a value of increasing the technology. If they have the money to do it, it could be a couple of reasons why it's not happening. But technology exists right now, right? That they even at the airport, like right now, you can use Easy Pass to park your car at the airport, and then also, they can do license plate recognition as well at the airport. So, and then outside of New York, it's the same thing. Like people are utilized, like their technology has advanced, right? So over the next several years, we're going to continue to see artificial intelligence, smarter garages, better mobile apps, and more connected parking systems. Yeah, dynamic pricing that adjusts based on demand, better communication between event venues and parking facilities, and more real time information to help drivers make better decisions before they leave home. But I think the bigger shift of won't be faster payments or better apps. I think the future of parking is becoming proactive instead of reactive. So today, most of us think about parking until we don't think about parking until we're already on our way somewhere, right? When we open the app, search for parking, compare prices, and hope we find something close. But what if parking came to you instead? Like imagine you're going to a concert tonight. Instead of searching for parking, your phone sends you a notification, right? You're attending a concert tonight for example, you're attending a concert tonight at 7 p.m. Parking is available 3 minutes from the venue. Would you like to reserve your spot? Right? That'd be amazing. I think so, right? Because then you don't have to worry. But it'd be nice if you can get it like maybe 2, 3 days ahead of time. But to make it, because if you wait to that evening, it is a concert mode. There might not be no spaces. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, or Or another example, imagine you're flying out tomorrow, and instead of remembering to search for airport parking, your app already knows you're traveling and recommends the best parking options before you even think about it. Now, these raises important questions like, would people actually want the app to know where they're going? Right? We live in this new world well, we don't live in this new world. Privacy has always been an issue. I don't know how, but we say privacy is an issue, but everybody out here just telling all their business. But anyway, but at the same time, you don't want would you want the app to know where you're going? Some people don't care. Some people be like, yes. Others say privacy will always be a concern, which it is. It is always a concern for certain people. And not, but some people wouldn't mind because they enjoy the convenience. They enjoy to have this, option that they don't have to worry about it. They don't have to search for it. They can actually receive the options, right? Based on where they're going. And I think that's exactly how it should be. I mean, the future shouldn't be about forcing people to share more information. It should be about giving them the choice, right? If you want a more personalized parking experience, you should be able to opt in, right? If you don't, the app should still work exactly the way it does today. Technology should adapt to people and not the other way around, right? But sometimes it does. And that's where I think the parking industry is heading. Like, um, not just helping people find parking, but helping people know where to park before they even realize they need parking. Because the best technology isn't the technology you notice, it is the technology that quietly makes it easier. Mm, yeah, that's the best, right? So, so after spending time with working with drivers, garages, event organizers, I learned something. Parking isn't only a technology challenge, it's an operational challenge. The best parking experience happens when technology, operations, and customer service all works together. That's what creates a great experience for everyone involved. That look, I would love to hear from you. So, if you can, like, have some questions here, and if you come across this video and you actually listen to the very end, which I hope you do, I have some questions. What is the biggest parking challenge you've experienced, or like what is and was it the technology? Like, was that one of the challenges you had? Was it the technology, or was it something else? So just leave your thoughts and comments below, right? And also, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like this video. It's just a little button, like you just click that right there. Smash the button. I stole that from a little girl. I like that though. Smash the thumbs up. Just smash it. Or subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who spends way too much time looking for parking or talking about parking. I think they would appreciate that. And remember, parking isn't just about finding a space, it's about creating a better experience. So thanks for watching, and I see you next week on Ask Anything Parking. Have a blessed evening.